Welcome back, guys, to my YouTube channel. Today on the channel I will be discussing how to negotiate salaries. When you receive that fancy job offer, oftentimes the questions that follow are along the lines of: what are your salary expectations? What do you currently earn? If we give you this job offer or pay this salary, are you going to resume immediately? So people usually struggle with providing the correct answer, if there's anything like that, to these very tough questions. So in this video, I will provide you with step-by-step rules of negotiating salaries and provide you with practical answers to these tough questions. So sit back and come with me as we get right into it. So what are the most commonly asked questions once you get a job offer? So the questions will range from: what are your salary, or what is your salary expectation? The next question will be: what is your current salary? And they could even ask you, if we agree to your salary expectation, can you resume immediately? Now the first question, what your salary expectation is. Before we answer that, the interviewer may ask you, what is your current salary, right? And they will give you reasons along, they have a budget for each role, and that they wouldn't want to waste, their time or their manager's time. And as such, you should tell them what you earn so that they know that they can actually accommodate you within their budget. The correct answer, in fact, because in law, your letter of employment and the salary, compensation, and benefit of your current or former employer are actually information, they are confidential information. So the contents of your letter of employment is confidential information between you and your employer, because it's a contract, right? So you are not, unless given the permission to, you're not allowed to disclose that information to anybody else. So the correct thing to say is that your exact salary or your current salary is confidential information pursuant to your letter of employment. However, you're able to provide them with a range, right? And then, of course, you have to start with or just slightly above what you earn, to a top range, and then you can then fit in along that. So it provides you with some wiggle room. So assuming your current salary is 350,000 naira, you can give them a range between 350,000 naira to 450,000 naira, knowing that you cannot, or you could even work with between 400,000 naira, between, just that range. You can play around your exact salary, right? And then they then ask you what your expectation is. Then you can say your expectation is to, given your experience, earn fairly above or substantially above what you currently earn, right? And that, so you can say your expectation for this role, this particular role, given your experience and skill sets, is to earn between 400 to 550, or between 450 to 550. So that's exactly, how to answer that question, right? And then the other question, which is then, basically, how do you then negotiate the salary? For you to be able to negotiate the salary for the job properly, right? And there are a number of factors. So if you currently earn abysmally lower than what your new job pays, then you're not even going to be inclined to want to disclose that, because then the person would want to pay you, based on what you're earning currently or maybe slightly above that, and then they make you want to jump for joy or leap for joy, then you should rather say that you're more inclined. So when the person tells you, oh, what's your current salary, say that, unfortunately, I will not be able to disclose that information, as it is confidential information under my contract of employment with my current employer or with my former employer. However, I am more inclined to discuss or to explore the budget for this role. So if you let me know what the budget is, I can confirm to you if that works, and we can negotiate from there. And then if the person tells you, of course, you would have done your research. So if the person tells you, oh, the budget for the role is 550,000 naira, and that you know that that industry or that particular company pays rather within that range for their salary, then you can, of course, say that while you understand, the budgeting concerns, right, that you are still very much excited to work with this company, and you would like to know if 650,000 naira is possible, given your experience and your skill sets. Now, see what you just did there. The interviewer has given you what the budget for the role is, and they've told you that the budget is 550, right? And you know for sure that is around the range, but you don't want to jump at the offer and say, oh, 550 is fine, great, and move, right? You want to tell them that, oh, while you understand budgeting concerns, but given your experience and skill sets, that is it possible to explore, 650,000 naira, as your net salary for this role? And then, they can tell you, depending on what their response is, and tell you, oh, that 550,000 naira is the final offer. Now, that is the salary. You're very confident, you know that salary, good deal, but you're not going to walk away. Remember that what you are asking is 650,000, and now they've told you that 550 is the final offer. That allows you to then negotiate for other things. Now, people forget that compensation isn't just the net salary alone. There are other things. There are leave days, there are leave allowance. You have your leave allowance, you have flexible working, and all of that, right? So you can tell them, while you appreciate, the offer, that you would want to ask, for the other benefits, so that if you're giving away or accepting, this lower offer than what you're asking, then they can make up for it with other benefits. So you can ask if you would have the option to work from home, for 2 out of 5 days, or you have an option for, more flexible working, or you have an option for leave allowance, or you have an option for secondment. So it allows you to negotiate other benefits.